So in this tutorial, we're going to build a simple, high-contrast animation guide. Then we'll use FlashBoards like a render engine to generate the 3D models, style the shots, and animate the objects. After that, we'll bring everything back into After Effects for the final composite, polish, and control. Yes! Man, you suck at your own game. AI models are amazing, but let's be honest. Sometimes when you ask them to animate motion graphics, they just go, yeah, I got you. And then they do not got you. But what if we don't just ask? What if we guide the animation exactly the way we want? Because AI doesn't kill the fun process. Actually, if you already have taste, timing, and animation skills, AI just makes the boring parts way faster. Use AI like a very fast assistant, not like a drunk art director. To start, I made a very simple black and white animation inside After Effects. Nothing fancy, no magic plugin, no secret sauce, just shapes, text, and null objects moving exactly the way I want. Very basic transform animation. Position, scale, rotation. The usual suspects. Each speech bubble, with all its little parts, is connected to a null. So every time a new bubble appears, it pushes the previous bubbles up. Simple, clean, fully controllable. Inside FlashBoards, I'm going to export one frame from the animation and use this colorful style frame as a reference. Then, using Nano Banana 2, I'll write a prompt to transfer the style of the reference onto our solid black and white bubbles. And here's the first result. Pretty cool already, but there's one problem. All the bubbles have almost the same colors. So now it feels like one guy is arguing with himself, which is relatable, but not what we want. So I'll take this result and write another prompt to change the colors so it feels like two different people are talking. And now we have our desired style frame. Next, I'll move to Kling 03 Pro Edit Video. I'll select the animation guide and the final style frame, then write a detailed prompt telling Kling to render the animation exactly in this style. And here we have it. Our first scene rendered in about a minute. That's already cool. But to make the animation really pop, we need some 3D objects. Because bubbles are nice, but bubbles with shiny gaming props? Now we're talking. I'll start with this colorful gamepad. Using Nano Banana 2, I'll generate the controller on a solid green background, so it's easier to key later. Then inside FlashBoards, I'll use Kling 3 Pro and write a prompt to create a seamless 3D rotation loop. And here we go. Amazing details. Great look dev, beautiful interaction with the lights. The rotation is a bit slow, but that's fine. We'll fix the timing later in After Effects. Same process for the trophy cup. Solo object, green screen, Kling 3 Pro, seamless rotation, done. Then I repeat the same process for the rest of the 3D objects. The modern stylish gamepad, the retro gamepad, the cute handheld console, and all the small secondary motion elements. Each one of these icons could take hours to model, shade, light, and render in Blender or any other 3D software. But AI made this part way faster, and that's the point. It didn't remove the creative process. It gave us more time to focus on the fun parts: direction, timing, composition, rhythm, polish, and the final look. So we can deliver something that looks professional, playful, and high quality without spending 3 days modeling a tiny shiny button. How cool is that? Now that all the pieces are ready, I'll bring everything back into After Effects for the final composite. Now we're back inside After Effects for the final composite. First, I replaced each tiny dot here with a pre-rendered 3D sphere that matches the same look dev as the bubbles. And of course, I added a deep glow effect, because without glow, are we even motion designers? Now everything starts to feel connected. The rendered colorful bubble animation is sitting on top of the original black and white bubble guide. And since every bubble already has its own null controller, we can attach anything to any bubble very easily. That's why this setup is powerful. Before adding the 3D objects, I built the background first, a solid black layer, then another solid with a grid effect on top. To give the grid a little bit of depth, I added bevel and emboss, then used a mask to crop it into the frame. For the bubble footage, I duplicated the same layer and used key light levels, fill, and fast blur to turn it into a shadow layer. So now the bubbles don't feel like they're just pasted on top. They actually have depth. Now, because each null is already moving with its own bubble, I can attach any 3D object footage to it. Let's start with the controller. Nothing too fancy here. First, key light to remove the green background, then time remap to make the rotation faster at the beginning, and after that, I let the original loop continue. Because Kling already gave us a clean, seamless rotation, I don't need to fight with it. I just speed up the part I need and let it do its thing. Then I link the controller to the same null as the match bubble, so it always moves with it. To make the entrance feel cooler, I added some basic scale and rotation keyframes. And when the bubble gets pushed up, the controller reacts with a little rotation too. Small detail, big difference. Then I added glow to make it pop and match the style. For extra depth, I duplicated the controller footage, moved it slightly away, and used it as a shadow. Then one more duplicate for the glow. And that's it. The first 3D object is connected, animated, glowing, and behaving like it belongs there. Now for the trophy cup. Same idea. I add the cup footage, remove the green screen with key light, then use time remap so the rotation starts fast and slows down nicely at the end. Then I link it to the owned, bubble null, duplicate it for the shadow, and add glow on the main layer so it feels shiny and rich. Moving to the next object, I add the devil emoji footage here, using the exact same setup. Keylight, link to the right null, duplicate for shadow, glow for the main object, and just like that, everything is now moving together. The important thing here is that nothing is random. For the last scene, this rectangle started as a simple After Effects shape. Then I exported it to FlashBoards, stylized it, and turned it into this glossy 3D looking object. Back in After Effects, I placed the rendered version on top of the original rectangle and link it to the same animation, so it keeps the same timing and movement, but now it looks way more polished. For the final 3D object impact, I bring in all the rendered object footage. Each object gets key light to remove the green background, time remap to control the speed, and basic position, scale, and rotation keyframes for the impact. Sometimes I use more than one key light because AI green screens are not always perfectly green. Sometimes they're more like emotionally green, but it works. And for variation, I duplicate some objects and recolor them using hue saturation. So this object here is actually the same footage as this one, just recolored. Same thing here. That gives the scene more variety without generating or animating everything from scratch again. And now all the objects explode from the center, rotate, settle into place, and feel like one complete designed animation. Finally, to push the whole thing into a retro gaming look, I add a few adjustment layers. First, fractal noise for subtle texture. Then a color adjustment to shift the palette into a more retro mood, then a little blur adjustment to soften the digital sharpness, and finally, some noise on top to make it feel less perfect and more alive. In the main composition, I can also zoom in and out without losing quality because everything was upscaled in FlashBoards to super sharp 4K. So I start with a close shot, then cut to a wide shot, then close again, and finally end wide to show the full composition. And now the scene is ready. Wow. AI didn't replace the motion design process. It just made it way faster. With basic motion graphic skills and FlashBoards, you can direct, render, and finish ideas insanely fast. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep experimenting. See you in the next one.